Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's presentation of 2014 Spartan Varsity Softball. Today's matchup is the East Long Meadow Spartans against the Amherst Hurricanes. Leading off for the Hurricanes today is Nadia Escutero, playing center field today for the Hurricanes, as she looks at ball one low from today's pitcher, Sabrina Gagne. Defensively for the Spartans in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Mackenzie Lambert, Julia Decker, Ali Abdulis. Pitch number two from Gagne is low for ball two. In the infield at third, it's Cara Balboni, shortstop Danny White, second base Jill Morosino, and at first is Jill Tarowski. The battery for today is Sabrina Gagne pitching to Alyssa Pioji. 2-0 pitch now. Hits the outside corner for strike one. So it'll be a 2-1 count to Nadia Escutero. That swung on and driven to the outfield on a line. That'll get past Decker and roll to the fence. And Nadia Escutero will lead things off with a double for the Hurricanes. I'll bring up Jazzy Moonstone for the Hurricanes. Jazzy doing the catching today for Amherst. She'll bat with a runner on second. Still no outs here in the top of the first. That misses low for ball one. That swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch by Gagne. That'll even the count at 1-1 to Jazzy Moonstone. According to Mass Live, Gagne has 2 innings pitched this season. As Moonstone lines that one down the right field line, that'll score Escutero. So Moonstone gets the RBI on the single and puts the Hurricanes up 1-0 here in the top of the first. I'll bring up Mika McNamara. McNamara playing short today for Amherst. That's low and inside for ball one. That's right down the middle for strike one. Throw down to first is not in time, and Moonstone dives back safely. So a 1-1 count now to Mika McNamara. That swung on and missed for strike two. 1-2 count to the 3-hitter for Amherst. Amherst already scoring 1 run. They lead 1-0 here in the top of the first. That's rolled in for a ball. 2-2. That misses away. That'll bring the count to 3-2. McNamara batting with no outs here in the top of the first. Amherst leads 1-0. Runner on first and Jazzy Moonstone. Payoff pitch is swung on and tapped to Morosino. She can't make the catch in the air. She'll pick it up and throw on to first for the first out. Moonstone will move on to second base. Morosino could have made that catch. He had a chance at a double play. Moonstone was off on contact. Casey Long bats now for Amherst. She looks at ball one low and inside. Swung on and missed. 1-1 now to Cassie Long. Runner on second. That's grounded foul straight back. A 1-2 pitch coming up to Cassie Long, third baseman for the Hurricanes. That swung on and fouled off. So we'll do it again. The 1-2 pitch coming up from Gagne. That swung on and grounded to short. White can't make the play as it scoots under a glove. And Long will reach on the error. So still one out here in the top half of the first inning. Amherst has already put a run across. They lead the Spartans 1-0. As Becca Karkoff squares to bunt. And Cassie Long will waltz into second base easily. Spartans paying no attention to her with the runner on third. That's grounded past third, but White will make the play to keep it in the infield. Not enough time to make a play on anything though. So another run will score for the Hurricanes. But a good job by Danny White to keep that ball in the infield. Saved another run from scoring. As Coach Santinello goes out to talk with his infield. When we come back, it'll be a runner on first and third. Still one out here in the top of the first. Hurricanes now lead 2-0. Sabrina Gagne pitching today for the Spartans. According to Mass Live, she's only pitched 2 innings in the Spartans' 14 games this season. It'll be Allie McIntyre batting now for Amherst, playing right field today. She squares the bunt, pulls back, and looks at strike one. Pickle rundown, third and home. Good heads-up base running here by Amherst. Even though they got the out at home, it was a good job by Becca Karkoff to, I'm going to say she did it on purpose, get in a rundown and make Pioji throw it to second. And then Spartans lucky enough to get the out at home, but then Karkoff with a heads-up base running went on to third base while Pioji was on the ground. Allie McIntyre still at bat. She swings and misses at strike 2. And that swung on and missed for strike 3. So the Spartans give up 2 runs in the top of the first. After a half inning, it's Amherst 2, Spartans nothing.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
Spartan bats ready to get underway here in the bottom half of the first inning. They have some work to do, trailing Amherst by 2 runs. Lineup today for the Spartans will be Julia Decker, followed by Mackenzie Lambert batting second. Batting third will be Alyssa Pioji. Fourth, Danny White. In the 5-hole today, Jill Morosino. 6th, Lexi Cohan. 7, Ali Abdulis. 8, Jill Tarowski. And 9 will be Sabrina Gagne. As Decker looks at ball 1 outside. Decker not pitching today, instead playing center field for the Spartans. As she looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. The count evens up at 1-1. That's fouled. Straight back for strike 2. One-two pitch now to Decker. That's lifted out of play. Foul. Pitcher for Amherst today is Aaliyah Bartman. She's pitched 38 in the third innings this season for Amherst. Their other pitcher, Athena Morrissey, has had 53 and 2/3 innings. As Decker goes down looking for the first out of the first. Wasn't happy with that call, but from here it looked like she was looking at a good pitch. So that'll bring up Mackenzie Lambert for the Spartans. One out in the top of the first and bottom of the first. That misses outside for ball 1. That misses outside for ball 2. Bartman, a very slow pitcher. She really sets her own pace. Slow approach and a slow windup. Ball 3 outside. 3-0 count now to Mackenzie Lambert, playing left field today for the Spartans. Bartman gets the courtesy strike. Strike 1 to Lambert. 3-1 will be the count. Swung on a miss by Lambert. So Bartman battles all the way back after getting into a 3-0 count. Count's now full to Mackenzie Lambert. That's fouled off. So Lambert stays alive, 3-2. And another payoff pitch coming up. 3-2 pitch from Bartman. Fouled off again by Lambert. Another payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. So Bartman strikes out the first 2 batters for East Longmeadow. And that'll bring up Alyssa Piogi. That's inside pitch, swung on and missed by Piogi. That's in there for strike 2. So Piogi down 0-2. That's driven down the left field line, but out of play, foul. So Piogi stays alive with that foul. Be 0-2 again. Swung on and missed. So Bartman strikes out the side. Spartans go down 1-2-3. They still trail Amherst 2-0 after one. We'll be back for the start of the second after this quick break. All right, second inning ready to get underway here at Birchland Park Middle School. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for the Hurricanes. It's that first pitch to Justine Bull, misses high. Amherst leads the Spartans 2-0. Amherst put 2 runs on the board back in the first. And last half inning, first 3 Spartans went down by way of the K. That's in there for strike 1 to Bull. Evens the count at 1-1. That's up and away. Ball 2. That's foul tipped into Pioji's glove. So that pitch evens the count at 2-2 to Justine Bull. She's playing second base today for Amherst. That's grounded up the middle off of Gagne, and White won't have time to make a play. Gagne says she's okay. So that'll be base hit for Justine Bull. That just clipped off of Gagne's glove hand. And Danny White fielded it, but didn't have time to make a play. Gagne gets strike 1 to Jada Glasgow. Runner on first, no out here in the top of the second. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Gets away from Pioji, and she won't have time to make a throw down to second. So Bull will move on to second on the pass ball. Good changeup from Gagne for strike 3. So she gets her second strikeout of the game and the first out in the second. That'll bring up Mathena Morrissey for Amherst, their 9-hitter today. Low and inside, ball 1. Morrissey bats with 1 out here in the top half of the second. She has a runner on second in scoring position in Justine Bull. That one's lifted down the third baseline. Balboni at the fence makes the catch for the second out in foul territory. I'll bring up the top of the order for Amherst in Nadia Scutero. She hit a double in her first at bat. That swung on and missed by Squitiero. Strike 1. That's low. Gets away from Pioji, and Bull will move on to third base. So runner on third now, 2 outs here in the second. Amherst leads the Spartans 2-0. That bounces in for ball 2. Should be a 2-1 count. Now to Nadia Scuterio. That's low for ball 3. 3-1 pitch coming up. That'll miss high for ball 4. So the leadoff hitter will get a free pass down to first base. And I'll put runners at the corners for Jazzy Moonstone. Jazzy got a base hit back in the first inning, which scored Squitiero for Amherst's first run of the game. That's rolled in for a ball. Good stop by Pioji. But Moonstone will walk into second base. I'm sorry, not Moonstone. Squitiero move into second base. That's grounded foul down the left field line. One now to Jazzy Moonstone. That's grounded foul down the third base line. One-two count to Moonstone. Runners in scoring position at second and third, as that's bowled in. I don't even think that left a circle in the air. That evens the count at 2-2. That swung on and grounded foul again down that right field line. So Moonstone stays alive and the count will stay at 2-2. Pitches up. Ball 3. Be a 3-2 pitch coming up to Moonstone. And that's lifted into the outfield. That'll get between Abdulis and Decker. And Moonstone will go into second safely on the double and give Amherst 2 more runs. So Amherst now leads 4-0 here in the second inning after that double by Jazzy Moonstone. That's lifted by McNamara. Danny White will make the catch for the third out. So the Spartans give up 2 more. They trail Amherst 4-0 after 1.5. We'll be back for the bottom of the second after this quick break.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
All right, ready to get back underway here in the bottom of the second. It'll be Danny White leading things off for the Spartans. She'll be followed by Jill Morcino, Lexi Cohan. Spartans trail Amherst 4-0. The first Spartans went down 1-2-3, all striking out. That's grounded to second by White. Bull will field and throw on to first for the 1 pitch out. So that'll bring up Jill Morcino for the Spartans. That pitch hits the outside corner for strike one. Looks like Bartman has sneaky speed. Her windup is very slow, but when that pitch leaves the hand, it looks like it has some good velocity on it. As Morosino fouls that one back on the bunt attempt. So 0-2 now to Jill Morosino. One out here in the bottom of the second. That swung on and missed. So Bartman picks up her 4th strikeout of the game for the second out of the second. Lexi Cohan will bat now for the Spartans. Be the designated player today. She looks at strike one at the knees. That swung on and missed. Strike two to Cohan. Oh, 2 pitch to Cohan coming up. That just misses outside for a ball. Good eye by Cohan to take that one. Not a great 0-2 pitch from Bartman. Just Cohan not chasing that outside pitch. See if she tries going outside again here. And that swung on and missed by Cohan. So, second strikeout of the inning, her 5th of the game. Spartans go down 1-2-3 again here in the second. They trail 4-0 to Amherst after 2.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
All right, ready to start the third here at Birchland. It'll be 3-4-5 coming up for Amherst in Mika McNamara, Cassie Long, and Becca Kharkov. Sabrina Gagne in the circle today for the Spartans. As the Spartans trail Amherst 4-0 here in the top of the third. That first pitch misses low and inside for ball 1 to McNamara. That swung on and missed, evens the count at 1-1. Just outside for ball 2. Two-one pitch now to Mika McNamara. Up for ball 3. So 3-1 count to the 3-hitter for Amherst. That misses low for ball 4. So Amherst gets a leadoff runner with the walk. And that'll bring up Cassie Long. She reached back in the first on an error. As POG goes out to talk with Gagne. So Long steps into the box for Amherst. She bats with a runner on first. Still no outs here in the top of the third. This is for ball 1. Outside snap throw down to first is offline and not in time as McNamara dives back safely. 2-0 now to Cassie Long. That's up and out. Ball 3. It's in there for strike 1. So 3-1 count now to Cassie Long. That's lined into the outfield. Abdulis makes the basket catch, throws down to first, but the throw's offline. Will get away from Tarowski. She'll field it, throw on to second, and the Spartans will get the easy out at second for the double play. So good catch by Abdulis leads to the double play. And now it'll be no one on and 2 outs for Becca Kharkov. That's low for a ball. That swung on in line to White. She'll field it on a hop and throw on to first for the 3rd out. So the Spartans, after a leadoff walk, get the double play and keep Amherst off the board in the 3rd. They trail 4-0 still. We'll be back for the home half of the 3rd after this quick break.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
Spartans still looking for their first base runner here in the 3rd inning. They've gone 1, 2, 3 so far in both innings. 5 out of the 6 outs have been by way of the K. It'll be Abdulis, Tarowski, and Gagne due up here in the home half of the 3rd inning for Aaliyah Bartman. That's strike 1 to Abdulis. Bartman has only thrown 4 balls so far in this one, so she's accurate and she's got velocity. That's fouled straight back by Abdulis. Out of play. Strike 2. So another 0-2 count for Bartman. That's outside for ball 1. Good job by Abdulis not chasing there. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. Fair. Rolling to the corner, and Abdulis will go into second standing up for the double. So the Spartans get their first base runner and first hit of the game in Ali Abdulis after she gets the double down the left field line. That'll bring up Jill Tarowski, 3rd baseman for the Spartans today. Might be a good spot for a bunt. See if Santinello put it on or not. Tarowski swings, so the bunt not on. And Trusky goes down 0-1. That hits at the knees on the outside corner for strike 2. So 2 count to Tarowski. That's low and inside for ball 1. Tarowski bats with no outs and a runner on second, and Ali Abdulis, who hit a double in the at-bat before. Pitch evens the count at 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So Tarowski goes down swinging for the first out of the 3rd. That'll bring up Sabrina Gagne. She looks at ball 1 outside. Gagne with a chance to help herself out here with a runner on second base. Spartans trail Amherst 4-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. That misses it inside for ball 2. Top of the order waiting after Gagne's at bat. That'll be Julia Decker. That's up and away for ball 3. So Bartman's starting to get a little wild as Gagne squares around to bunt, pulls back, and looks at strike 1. Pitch coming up from Aaliyah Bartman. That misses for ball 4, so Gagne goes down to first on Bartman's first walk of the day. That'll bring up the top of the lineup for the Spartans and Julia Decker. Decker struck out looking in her first at bat back in the 1st. That swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 out here in the 3rd. Spartans trailed the Amherst Hurricanes 4-0. Amherst put 2 on the board in the 1st and 2 on in the 3rd. Sorry, in the 2nd. The Spartans held them scoreless in the 3rd inning. That's lined over the right fielder's head. Will fall in. Decker goes into 2nd. And Gagne goes into 3rd. She had to wait to see if that ball was going to get caught. So, 2nd double of the inning for the Spartans. And they get their first run of the day. That'll bring up Mackenzie Lambert. She also struck out today. Swung on and missed. Right fielder took her first step in, which is never what you want to do, especially with a hit like that. You always want your first step to be backwards, because then you get caught flat-footed, and then you just got to turn and run after the ball. That one's lined past second base for Lambert. Sends around Decker, so 2 runs score on the base hit. The Spartans get within 1 here in the 3rd. 3-1 the score now. Sorry, 4-3. The score now. That'll bring up Alyssa Pioji. She squares the bunt, pulls back, looks at strike one. Catcher hesitated to throw that ball. She threw it on the first. She didn't hesitate. She might have had a shot at Lambert, but after that hesitation, there's no way they were going to get Lambert stealing second. So we have a runner on second now for Pioji. She looks at strike one. Even as the count at 1-1. Lambert moves on to third on after the catcher dropped the ball. So runner on third now for Pioji. One out here in the third. Spartans put 3 runs across to get within 1 of Amherst. That's up for ball 2. Now to Pioji. Outside ball 3. So kind of an uncharacteristic inning for Bartman, who threw the first 2, struck out 5 of the 6 batters. That's grounded to short. Low throw and can't be dug out by first baseman Glasgow. So Pioji reaches on the error and another run comes in for the Spartans. That'll tie the game up at 4. As Mary Edwards comes on to run for Pioji. Danny White stands in now for the Spartans. She grounded to second on a 1-pitch at bat back in the second inning. It's taken at the knees for strike 1. That's grounded past second base into the outfield. Edwards goes on to third. Put runners at the corners for Jill Morosino. Still 1 out here in the third. Spartans tie the game up at 4. Scoring all their runs this inning. So second time around, they're starting to get at Bartman. She blew through the top 2/3 of the lineup, striking 5 of 6 batters out. That's fouled back by Morosino. Morosino squares the bunt, drops it down. Throw on to first, not in time. Great bunt by Morosino to score the run. So Morosino gets the first on the bunt single. Pioji will score, or Mary Edwards will score, and Danny White will move on to second. Still only 1 out here in the third. Spartans now lead 5-4. Lexi Cohan bats for the Spartans. She struck out last inning. That's lifted down the right field line. Right fielder can't handle it. But luckily for her, it was foul. Allie McIntyre not able to track that one down. Swung on and fouled straight back by Cohan. It'll be 0-2. Spartans' 8th batter of this inning is Cohan. Counts 1-2 to Cohan. My mistake. That's lifted down the first baseline and will get out of play. So Cohan battling here in the third. Count remains at 1-2. That swung on, lifted straight back out of play. And we'll do it all over again. Spartans are 7-7 overall this season, 3-2 in the Valley Wheel League. They've lost their last 4 games and last 5 of 6. So the Spartans need a win here, still 3 shy of making the playoffs. That hits for strike 3. So Cohan goes down looking for this first time looking. She struck out twice today. That'll bring it. Abdulis up to bat. She led this inning off with a double. Spartans now lead 5-4. They trailed 4-0 going into this inning. Abdulis takes ball 1 low. That swung out and missed. Evens the count at 1-1. Abdulis bats with runners on first and second. Takes that offering high for ball 2. 2 away here in the third. Spartans have scored 5 so far in this one. They now lead 5-4. That's lined over the shortstop's head and a roll to the fence. 1 run will score. They're going to send Morcino around third, and she will get in safely. So Abdulis hits her second double of this inning and gets 2 more runs for the Spartans. As Morcino and Danny White both come around to score. That'll bring up Jill Tarowski. Spartans now lead 7-4. Scoring all 7 runs here in the third. That's fouled off down the first baseline by Tarowski. Tarowski struck out earlier this inning for the first out. Pitch is low and inside for ball. That swung on and fouled off into the JV field. So 2-2 now to Tarowski. outs in the third. That's up for ball 3. So payoff pitch coming up to Jill Tarowski. That one gets by, and Abdulis will go on a third. So Tarowski gets the free pass to first, and Abdulis moves on to third on the wild pitch. So talk about a complete 180 for Aaliyah Bartman. She struck out 5 of the first 6 batters, and then this inning, it's given up 7 runs. So they're going to make the switch here. They'll bring in number 3, Mathena Morrissey, who was the designated player today. So we'll let Morrissey warm up, and we'll be back after that. To the pitcher, you'd have to go back, but all right. So we're ready to get back underway here in the third, as Mathena Morrissey's first pitch gets away. So Morrissey coming on in relief of Aaliyah Bartman, who was cruising through the first 2 innings and then hit a rough patch in the third. As that evens the count at 1-1 to Sabrina Gagne. So Gagne has new life, as this one Spartan batters have given her a lead as she fouls off the first base side, and the Amherst finally gets out of it, but not after giving up 7 runs in the third. Spartans now lead Amherst 7-4 after 3.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
All right, 4th inning action ready to get underway here. It'll be Allie McIntyre, Justine Bull, and Jada Glasgow. Let's get things started here for Amherst, as McIntyre lines the one right up the middle on the first pitch. Let's get the base hit. Spartans went on a scoring spree last inning. They put 7 on the board. They were trailing 4-0 going into that inning. So now Amherst trails by 3 runs. As that pitch by Gagne, this is up for a ball 1. That misses high for a ball. That's a gracious strike call for Gagne. That looked low from here. That'll bring the count to 3-1. Outside. 3-2. Now it's 3-2. My mistake. So full count to Bull. That misses high for ball 4. And she'll get the free pass down to first base. And McIntyre will move on to second. That is the 3rd walk of the day for Gagne. She has some new life here in the 4th inning after the Spartans put 7 runs on the board for her in the 3rd. That's popped straight back by Glasgow. She now pitches with a lead, which is always nice. That's grounded to White. She'll tag the runner going to third, and that'll be the only out they'll get. So they get the lead runner, but Glasgow reaches on the fielder's choice, and Bull moves on to second. So Mathena Morrissey will hit now. She came in relief for Aaliyah Bartman. She was the DP before she went in. So now Amherst just loses their designated player. That's grounded to the outfield, and will be safe at home. By Nadia Squitero. So somehow I messed up my book. I don't know how. So a run comes around for Amherst. They now trail 7-5. As number 9, Jazzy Moonstone, bats here for Amherst. Low for ball 1 to Moonstone. Swung on and missed. Two now to Jazzy Moonstone. She bats with 1 out here in the 4th. That hit high into the outfield, and will get over the fence for a home run. So 3 runs come in on the home run by Jazzy Moonstone, and that'll give the Amherst the lead. And once again, they lead 8-7 here in the 4th. So Coach Santinella will go out to talk to Sabrina Gagne. The ball wasn't hit too hard. If there was a little more room, Decker would have tracked that one down, but the fence got in the way of that. And now the Amherst Hurricanes lead by 1 run here in the 4th. That'll bring up Mika McNamara. That's in there for strike 1. That's lined into the outfield and will be caught by Decker. She makes a nice shoestring catch for the 2nd out here in the 4th. Good job by Decker to reach down for that one, making the catch at the shoestrings. So 2 outs for Cassie Long. 2. Reached on an error and flew out to right field. Swung on and grounded down the third baseline. It's bounced in for a ball. 1-1 now to Cassie Long. That's hit hard into the outfield, and Decker will leap but can't make the catch as that one goes off the wall. And Long will be held at first with the long single. No pun intended. So that ball hit hard and just out of the reach of the leaping Decker. And I'll bring up Becca Karkov. She looks at ball 1. That misses low for ball 2. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now to Becca Karkov. Swung at that one and came up empty for strike 2. That's hit hard down the third baseline, but foul. So Karkov stays alive at 2-2. We'll do that over again with this pitch. That's up for ball 3. 3-2 pitch now from Gagne with a runner on first, and that's up for ball 4. So that'll bring up Allie McIntyre, who led off this inning with a base hit. That's lined foul down the left field line. It's fouled straight back by McIntyre. That's lined right over Gagne's head. It'll get into center field, and the runners will be held to one base apiece. So that puts runners at first, second, and third. For Justine Bull. Still 2 outs here in the 5th. Amherst has put 4 on the board so far in the inning. They lead 8-4, 8-7 here in the 4th inning. It's fouled straight back for strike 1. that's lined over Gagne's head. One run will score, and the second one will come around in Becca Karkoff. So Cassie Long scores and Karkoff scores, and that'll give Amherst a 10-7 lead. Coach Santinello comes out to talk with Sabrina Gagne. And he'll make the change to Julia Decker. So Decker will go to pitch, and Gagne will go play center field. So we'll let Julia Decker warm up, and we'll come right back. All right, things ready to get back underway here in the fifth. Julia Decker now pitching for the Spartans. She pitches to Jada Glasgow. That's low for ball one. There's runners on first and second.
What do you have the score as?
I've got 10-7.
Okay, that's what we have. Thanks.
Amherst player wanted to check my scorebook. Luckily, I had the same score as them, so sounds like I'm doing a good job so far. Back to the game, 2-2. Now to Jada Glasgow. I don't know why she didn't check with the Spartan bench. My book's not really official. More for my reference, but anyway. That'll miss low for ball four to Jada Glasgow, and he'll load the bases. For Mathena Morrissey. That just misses outside for a ball. To Morrissey. That's hit hard down the left field line over Lambert's head. Rolls to the fence. And that'll score 2 runs for Amherst. So they now lead 12-7. So Matheny goes into second with a double. Scores Bull and McIntyre. And Glasgow moves on to third. And that'll bring up the top of the order for Amherst. That'll miss to Nadia Squitero for a ball. 1-0 now to the leadoff hitter. Hit a double earlier in this inning as that's grounded under Balboni's glove. White can't make a play. Kept the run from scoring by keeping it in the infield. So Nadia reaches on what we'll call an error. That'll bring up Jazzy Moonstone, who hit a home run earlier in this inning. 3-run shot over center field wall. That misses low for a ball. That's fouled down the first base line. That swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch by Decker. One and two now to Jesse Moonstone. That swung on and grounded up the middle, fielded by White. Can't make the play. She can't pick it up, so another run scores on the error, and that'll bring the score to 13-7. So Amherst putting 9 runs on the board so far in this inning. And Mika McNamara bats. She looks at ball one outside. She bats with the bases loaded. Still 2 outs. That's in there for strike 1. So 1-1 now to Mika McNamara. That misses outside. Ball 2. Or ball 3. Not doing a great job keeping the count today. That's grounded off the plate. Foul. That's fouled, so count will stay full to Mika McNamara. Amherst leads the Spartans 12-7. 13-7, now 14. After that walk with the bases loaded. So Medina Morrissey comes in to score on the walk. Nadia Squidaro moves over to third. Jazzy Moonstone on to second. And Mika McNamara goes to first on the free pass. So that'll bring up Cassie Long. Fouls that one off. That misses outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Still 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 to Cassie Long. Amherst put 10 on the board this inning alone as the JV game finishes up and we're still here in the 4th. To be fair, they did start a little earlier than we did as Amherst got here pretty late for the 5 o'clock start time. That's grounded down the third baseline fair. And 1 run will come in on the base hit. So everybody moves up a base on the base hit by Cassie Long. And I'll bring up Becca Karkoff. It's in there for strike one. It's rolled in for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. Outside ball two to Kharkov. This is, needless to say, not an inning the Spartans were looking for after putting 7 runs on the board to take the lead in the last inning. That swung on. Strike two to Kharkov. That's lined into the outfield. Will be caught by Mackenzie Lambert to get out of the inning. So Amherst puts 10 on the board in the fourth. They lead now 14-7.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
All right, Spartans ready to bat here in the home half of the fourth. They have some work to do after giving up 11 runs last half inning. As that misses for ball one to Decker. Spartans trail Amherst 15-7. That's in there for a strike to Decker. Spartans put 7 on the board last inning, but were unable to hold the lead to Amherst as they came back with an 11-run inning of their own in the fourth. This is high to Decker. Full count now to Julia Decker. I think that's lifted down the left field line. Out of play though. So Decker lives to see another pitch. That's lifted. Easily played by the left fielder, Kharkov, for the first out of the fourth. That'll bring up Lambert. 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and a base hit. That's a generous strike call for Morrissey. Looks a little low and inside as that's turned on. Coach Santinella dances out of the way of that shot down the third base line. So Lambert a little early at that one. 0-2 to Lambert. That's cued off the end of the bat to the backstop. And Lambert lives to see another pitch. That's cued down the first base line, and the third baseman will touch it herself for the second out. And I'll bring up Melissa Pioggi, the catcher today for the Spartans. one's taken high for a ball. Morrissey rolls that one in for ball 2 to Pioji. Pioji 0 for 2 today, striking out and reaching on an error. She came around to score in the third. That misses. 3-0 now to Alyssa Pioji. Squared around to bunt, pulled back, took strike 1. So Morrissey picks up the courtesy strike. It's now 3-1 to Pioji. And she'll look at ball 4 for the free pass to first. But Danny White will come to bat and Mary Edwards will come in to run for Pioji. White looks at strike 1 at the knees. That one gets by the catcher, Moonstone. And Edwards will run on to second on the pass ball. That's lifted by by White, and the second baseman will settle under it and make the catch for the final out of the 4th. So after 4, Spartans unable to put any on the board this inning. They trail 15-7. We'll be back for the start of the 5th after this quick break.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
All right, ready to get started here in the 5th. Decker still in the circle for the Spartans. A couple defensive changes. Lambert will move over to center field from left. Gagne will go to short. White will go to third. Lexi Cohan will go from designated batter to left field, and Balboni will head to the bench. First pitch from Decker's in there for a strike to Allie McIntyre. One and one now to Allie McIntyre after that ball. Swung on and lifted out of play. That swung on and missed for strike 3. So Decker off to a good start here in the 5th. Gets the first out by way of the K. That'll bring up Justine Bull. That's low and away for ball 1. Bull 2 for 2 today with a couple base hits. 2 RBIs. That swung on and missed. Good pitch by Decker. Another swing and a miss. That one's gets away from AP, but it's not strike 3. Contrary to what the Amherst bench believed. It'll be 2-2 to Justine Bull. That one swung on and missed. For strike 3, held on by Pioji, so no need for a tag. So Decker gets the first two batters of the fifth by way of the K. That brings up Jaden Glasgow. That's grounded to third. Decker's throw not in time. So Glasgow reaches on the infield base hit. That brings up Mathena Morrissey. It's in there for strike one. It's grounded by Gagne at third, and Morrissey will reach on the error. Gagne not able to handle that one. So runners on first and second, and I'll bring up Nadia Squiterio, leadoff hitter for Amherst. Hits the corner for strike one. So after getting the first two batters striking out, two runners have reached here in the fifth. The pitch evens the count at 1-1. That one gets away from Pioggi, and runners will advance. Throw scoots by into the outfield, but the runners will stay. It's bounced in. I'll get past Pioggi, and Glasgow will come in to score. 16th run of the day for Amherst. Morrissey will move on to third. Now the base is emptied. That's the one got missed. Strike two to Squitiero. And on that pitch, Squitiero will take the free pass down to first base on the walk. And Morrissey will come in to score on the wild pitch. So all this happening with 2 outs here in the fifth. 2 runs coming across for Amherst. They lead now 17-4. 17-7. It's in there for a strike to Jazzy Moonstone. That's lifted into the outfield and over Abdulis' head. One hops the fence. Moonstone will head to second, and Squitiero will head home and score on the double. That brings the score to 18-7 here in the fifth. So Jazzy Moonstone a triple away from the cycle. She's collected a base hit, a home run, and a double so far today. I'll bring up Micah McNamara, 0 for 1 today. She's reaching a couple walks and grounded out. That's grounded to White at third. She'll throw on to first for the third out of the inning. So Amherst able to add to their lead. They put up 3 runs here in the fifth. They lead East Longmeadow 18-7.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
Home half of the fifth ready to get underway. It'll be Jill Morosino, Lexi Cohan, and Ali Abdulis batting for the Spartans. They trail Amherst 18-7. That's fouled off the catcher, Moonstone, and back to the backstop. So 0-1 to Morosino. Swung on and missed for strike 2. That misses up and away for ball 1. 1-2 now to Morosino. That's lifted out of play down the first baseline. And it'll be 1-2 again. That misses, evens the count at 2-2 to Morosino. That swung out and missed for a strikeout. So Morosino goes down swinging for the first out of the fifth. It's at the knees for strike 1. To Lexi Cohan, who is now playing left field. Swung on and fouled away by Cohan. Oh, 2 is grounded up the left field side into the outfield for a base hit. So Lexi Cohan reaches first on the base hit. That'll bring up Ali Abdulis. Got a couple doubles on the day as that one's lifted into the outfield. And the center fielder, Squitiero, makes the catch for the second out. Katie Bonavita batting for Jill Turowski here in the fifth. In there for strike 1. That's grounded foul. Nice play by Santinello, making the bare hand catch. So 0-2 now to Katie Bonavita. That's swung on and grounded up the middle. Fielded by second base. She can't control it, so everyone will be safe. So Lexi Cohan stands at second. Katie Bonavita on first. And it'll be Sabrina Gagne at the plate for the Spartans. That's lifted and gone. It was actually Katie Novak pinch hitting for Sabrina Gagne. So Katie Novak gets the home run and gives the Spartans 3 runs. Score is now 10-8. Amherst. So Katie Novak gets into one and puts it over the left center field wall. So nice little 2-out home run. Spartans now trail by 8 here in the 5th. Julia Decker looks at ball 1 up. Slow and inside for ball 2. Decker takes that one for strike 1. 2-1 count. Now to Julia Decker. That's grounded foul down the third base line. Two now to Julia Decker. She's 1 for 3 today. Fouled out of play. Struck out and flew out, but she's also got a double on the day. Hit that back in the 3rd inning. The Spartans had their 7-run inning. That misses high and away for ball 3. So payoff pitch to Decker coming up here. She bats with 2 outs here in the 5th. That's grounded to the shortstop, McNamara. Throws on to first for the out. So the Spartans put 3 on the board. They cut the deficit to 8 runs. They trail Amherst 18-10 after 5.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
6th inning ready to get started here at Birchland Park Middle School. Spartans trail Amherst Hurricanes 10-18. Spartans chipped away a little bit after the 3-run pinch hit home run by Katie Novak. So we're just about ready to get underway here in the 6th inning. It'll be Cassie Long leading things off here for the Hurricanes. Kelly O'Shea comes in to first base defensively for the Spartans. The pitch gets away from Pioji. That'll be 1-1 to Cassie Long. That's in there for strike 2. So that evens the count at 2-2. Cassie Long is two for 4 today with a couple base hits. It's also reached on an error and flown out to Abdulis in right field. That swung on a miss for the strikeout. So Decker gets the first out of the 6th inning. And that brings up Becca Karkoff. It's in there for strike one. Misses inside to even the count at 1-1. Karkoff 1 for 3 today with a base hit back in the first. Just grounded out and flown out, and then also reached on a walk. 3-1 count now to Becca Karkoff. That misses inside and low for ball 4, so she'll walk down to first base. And Allie McIntyre will come up to the plate. Struck out twice today. Also has a base hit. That's lined straight back for strike one. Spartans trail Amherst 18-10 here in the 6th inning. It's in there for strike two to McIntyre. 0-2 pitch from Decker is low and inside for ball one. Same spot for ball two. One out here in the 6th inning. Runner at first after the walk. That's grounded up the middle, gets by the diving Morosino, and fielded by Mackenzie Lambert. She keeps the runner at second. So base hit for Allie McIntyre. Moves Becca Karkoff over the second, and that'll bring Justine Bull up. Swung on a miss for a strike. Decker struck out the first batter of this inning. That off-speed pitch is swung on for strike two. So 0-2 count. That misses inside for ball one. 1-2 count now to Justine Bull. That's lifted into right field, foul. One-two pitch is lined to Morosino. She'll make the catch, throw on to second, not in time. So they get one on the catch for the second out of the 6th. That'll bring up Jada Glasgow. First pitch to Glasgow is in there for a strike. That's grounded back to Decker. She'll stab it and throw on to first for the easy out. So the Spartans hold Amherst scoreless in the 6th. They need to start chipping away. Down to the last 6 outs, they trail by 8, 10-18. We'll be back for the home half of the 5th after this break.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Long Meadow. and also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Longmeadow.
Spartans ready to bat here in the 6th inning. It'll be Mackenzie Lambert leading things off for the Spartans. She'll be followed by Alyssa Piogi and then Danny White, due up third in this inning. Lambert grounds that one foul down the third base line. Spartans put 3 on the board last inning after the home run by Katie Novak. That's flown down the third baseline foul by Lambert. She's now in an 0-2 count. That's popped up to the pitcher, and she makes the easy catch for the first out. Yep. That's lifted into the outfield by Piogi. Right fielder calls out the center fielder, and she makes the catch for the second out. Amherst wanted to check my score again. I don't know why they're not checking with the East Longmeadow bench. It's much closer than sending someone out here. That's lined into the outfield by White and drops in for a base hit. So Danny White reaches on the base hit. That one just died in mid-air. So Morosino bats now. She looks at ball one low in the dirt. That's a high pitch. Gets away from the catcher Moonstone. And Danny White goes on to second on the wild pitch. Outside for a ball. So 3-0 to Morosino. Did there for strike one. Morrissey picks up the courtesy strike from Morosino. So a 3-1 count. That misses for ball four. So Morosino will walk to first. Put runners on first and second for Lexi Cohan. Cohan struck out twice today. Swung on and missed for strike one. It's rolled in for ball two. Ball one. 1-1 now to Lexi Cohan. Danny White tries stealing third, and she'll get there safely. She'll call time. And Morosino moves on to second. Good heads-up base running by her. So it'll be runners on second and third. 2 outs in the 6th. It's grounded by Lexi Cohan to third. And Long will make the easy out at first. So Spartans unable to get any on the board. They're down to the last 3 outs. They trail Amherst 18-10 after 6th. We'll be back for the 7th after this.
Sports fans, stay in touch with all of East Longmeadow High School sports by following us on Twitter using our handle @LCATSports. And if you miss any of the games on TV, you can watch the game at your leisure by visiting us on YouTube and searching LCAT 01028.
Sixth inning ready to get started here. Amherst will have their 8-9 hitters coming up. That's grounded first pitch to Danny White. And she'll throw on to first for the out to Kelly O'Shea. So one pitch and one out for Amherst. That'll ring up Athena Morrissey. I'm sorry. That was Morrissey. So it'll be top of the order for Amherst. It's their sixth at bat of this game. That misses outside for a ball. That's hit hard into the outfield, over the fence. And Nadia Squitiero will hit the home run. So after that home run, that's her fourth hit of the day. She's been on base all 6 times. 2 walks, 2 doubles, a base hit, and a home run. And Amherst now leads East Long Meadow 19-10. The first 2 pitches to Jazzy Moonstone missed for balls. That swung on and grounded softly to O'Shea, but foul. Grounded to Gagne at short. She'll field throw high over O'Shea's head. And that throw will get out of play. So Moonstone will move on to second. Still 1 out here in the 7th inning. Amherst with run across the board so far in this inning. They lead by 9, 19-10. That hits the outside corner for strike 1 to Micah McNamara. Grounded to Danny White. She looks to run her back at second, throws on to first for the out. But Moonstone will go on to third after the throw. So 2 outs now here in the 7th. And Cassie Long comes up to the plate. That hits the outside corner for strike 1. And that's lifted into the infield. O'Shea calls off Morosino and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Spartans give up 1 here. Amherst increases their lead to 9 runs. They lead 19-10 after 6.5.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Pizza Shop, home of the legendary dough, located on Shaker Road in East Long Meadow. And also by Let's Yo, a yogurt experience. You can visit Let's Yo on North Main Street in the Stop and Shop Plaza in East Long Meadow.
Spartans ready to bat here in the 7th, down to their final 3 outs. Be Ali Abdulis, Jill Tarowski, and Sabrina Gagne due up in this inning. It looks like Katie Bonavita waits on deck. So she'll follow Ali Abdulis as Abdulis looks at strike one on the outside corner. That's at Denise for strike two. So Abdulis finds herself in an 0-2 hole quickly in this at bat. Swung on and grounded up the middle to Morrissey. She can't field it cleanly, but picks it up and throws on to first for the first out. So Katie Bonavita will bat for Tarowski. First pitch to Bonavita is high for a ball. So 1-0 to Bonavita. This is low and inside for ball two. It's up and away, ball three. So 3-0 to Bonavita. See if she gets the green light here. Squares the bunt, pulls back, and looks at strike one. 2-1 to Bonavita. Swung on and fouled straight back, evens the count at 2-2. She bats with one out here in the seventh inning. Spartans trail by 9 runs, 19-10. They led 7-4 earlier in this game. That one's grounded up the middle, and it'll get into the outfield for a base hit. That'll bring up Sabrina Gagne for the Spartans, who was the starting pitcher today, but was taken out after 3 2/3, and replaced by Julia Decker. That's popped up down the first base line. Caught by the first baseman, Jada Glasgow, for the second out. The Spartans down to their final out. Julia Decker bats now for the Spartans. Takes strike one. It's popped up over the third base line, fair. So that little pop fly finds no man's land, and Decker reaches on the base hit. Bonavita stays at second. And I'll bring up Mackenzie Lambert. Popped up to the pitcher, her last at bat. Takes that one low and inside for ball one. Lambert 1 for 4 today. That's into center field, and the outfielder can't make the sliding catch. So Lambert reaches on the error. And one run comes across for the Spartans. So they now trail 19-11. POG looks at ball one. Still 2 outs here in the seventh inning. Slow and away for ball two. POG grounds that one past the diving second baseman. Santinello will send Decker around and she'll score easily. So the Spartans not giving up easily here in the seventh. They've put 2 on the board so far with 2 outs. Danny White comes up to bat. And Mary Edwards comes on to run for POG. White looks at strike 1 on the inside corner. White with a couple base hits today. She's also flown out and grounded out. 2 for 2. That's grounded past the shortstop. Lambert will score and Mary Edwards will head in second. So the Spartans score 3. That brings Jill Morosino to the plate. That's grounded to the shortstop. She'll throw to third and get the force out there. So the Spartans started chipping away in the 7th. They didn't give up easily. They put 3 on the board. They still fall to Amherst 19-13. Spartans drop to 8-7 overall. They'll remain 3-2 in the Valley Wheel League since Amherst is in the Valley League. Amherst improves to 9-6 on the season. So the Spartans drop 5 straight games, 6 of their last 7. They got a packed schedule this week. Tomorrow they're at South Hadley. Wednesday they'll be here against Minnechaug, who they lost to last week away. And on Friday they will be here again playing Northampton. So a full schedule of games this week. We hope to see you then. For LCAT Sports, I'm Nick Balboni. Join along Nick Hansman on the camera. See you next time.